Um, so why did you start using cannabis?
Um, when I think back on the first couple times that I started using cannabis, I think it really just came down to fitting in. I had a couple peers, friends that had started experimenting with it, not even really even using it, just buying it to get your hands on because it was this kind of exceptional thing on the side that there was like a little fear behind doing because we knew it was like illegal and things, but it was fun. It was like intense to get your hands on it because it was just different at the time. So I remember just trying to fit in was really the biggest reason that I started using it. I had no concept of what getting high was or what how it made me feel, the feelings that I would eventually fall in love with. But I remember at the beginning, it was just like I was in like eighth grade, and some other kids around me started using it, and I was like, "That looks cool. I want to fit in and do that."
And then what consequences did you face from this cannabis use?
A whole wide array of consequences spanning 3 or 4 years. So the youngest consequences were getting in a few car accidents while I was, high driving. And I had a lot of cannabis and drugs in the car. I had to like throw them out and hide from the cops. Everything from that to really dropping the ball in school towards the back half of senior year was like when it really became apparent. And in the beginning of high school, I was like a straight A student, and I turned into a C and D student and just had no motivation for anything. I was playing varsity baseball all through high school, and I basically gave up on that. So basically, no motivation. Um, and I really think a consequence of cannabis was just kind of introducing me to getting high to get by, and using that as the answer for things that I was struggling with in life, and that just kind of escalated down the road for me. So that's one of the biggest consequences for me, is it was pretty much a gateway drug.
And then how did using it affect your social life? And then how did stopping it as well affect your social life?
Yeah, so at first it definitely helped my social life. Like I said, I wanted to fit in, and but that only lasted maybe a year or two. And it didn't really help it in the sense of I was having quality relationships in my social life. It was just more that I had a few more kids that I was meeting because of it. Um, but friendships quickly become just kind of what one person can get out of the other, like who's got the cannabis, and acting like you want to be friends with somebody just so you can get some. Quit That's what it quickly turned into for me. um and I rode that all the way into freshman year of college, where I didn't even leave my dorm room for like weeks at a time, didn't go to class, just doing cannabis and other drugs all the time. Had zero social life. And now when I stopped it, initially it was really hard. I moved to California. I didn't know anybody. I feel like I'm a personal guy as it is, and it just took me a couple months to kind of get things going. And now today, sometimes I just have to put my phone down because I have 30 people calling me a day. I have more friends than I've ever had. The relationships I have are genuine. The best friends that I've ever had in my life, without a doubt. I look forward to waking up every day and being with people. Not like before at the end where I was using and I just didn't want to wake up because I had no relationships that I enjoyed in my life.
And did you ever miss it?
That's a good question. I don't, I don't miss it because I understand how I reacted with it and how negative, how many consequences there were. Um, there was times in my early recovery where I would say that I just wanted to give up, and I guess you could classify that times as missing it. But on the other side, no, I can't really say I miss it. I I walk down the street on the beach. I'm living in California again right now, and there's people smoking joints left and right. And I don't miss it. It's just that's something they can handle, and it's not something I can, and that's okay. And I'm happy at the end of the day. So I wouldn't say that I miss it, especially after I really got my life going, on the other side of the misuse.
And what changed in your life once you stopped using it?
Everything. I was flunking out of school, miserable, suicidal, while I was still doing it towards the end, amongst the other drugs. And in my recovery and getting clean and on the other side, it's just a complete 180. I'm working. I actually literally just got my acceptance letter back into. I'll be attending University of California, Irvine, which is really hard to get into. The next fall, I literally just got my application back like 2 days ago. So I did really good in community college for a couple years and grinded to get back into a quality university. And I work a couple different jobs here and there. I help a lot of people. My life's completely different. The best way I can describe it is when I lay my head to rest at night. Today I am really grateful for my life, and there's almost this like smile on my face because of what I've been able to accomplish, and like the track and the trends that I'm going and where I'm at in my life. And I can't wait to wake up in the morning. And it was the complete opposite. When I was using, when I would go to bed, I would just, hate the person that I was and hope that I didn't wake up the next morning. So I'd say that's the biggest description I can give on how it's changed my life.
Yeah, for sure. Well, congratulations on getting into the university.
Thank you. Yeah, I
It's
appreciate it.
good switch up. And the
Yeah.
final question is, do you regret ever trying cannabis?
I can't confidently say that I regret it. I can't because you never know when you're that young. And like looking back on, oh, there's all these like all these factors that like I could tell. Like they say, if you're a kid that like is going around like on the around like the merry-go-round thing at the park like over and over and over and over, and you're just like addicted to that spinning feeling. Maybe you shouldn't be getting high and stuff like that. Like when if you're compulsive like me or ADHD out like me, it doesn't really matter. But I can't say that I regret it because a wide majority of my peers, they can handle it. I mean, you see it becoming legal all over the map because it's just like treating it like alcohol. Some people can handle it, some people can't. And I don't regret trying it because I would never know if I could or couldn't handle it. I just wish I had information to know that it is a very, very strong drug and to not hide behind it. Because I was like engaging in drug addict behavior and it just led me to stronger things. But for a long time, I was like, oh, I'm just doing weed. It's no big deal. I'm just smoking cannabis. I'm not a drug addict at all. And I just kind of wish that I don't regret doing it. I don't, but I wish that I knew the kind of things that this organization is teaching on if problems arise, how to deal with it and why they may be doing so.